Hey, what is up guys? It is your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be looking at Thompson's Puck. He's a tough lane, but he kind of makes a big comeback. And the main theme I want to focus on is what plays does he make to open up the map for his Terrorblade. This is some advanced Dota stuff, right? Like, how do you basically look at the game state, look at your heroes, look at the enemy heroes, play around that, itemize around that, to enable them, and to hopefully pop off. That's what we'll be discussing. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So the first thing I do want to show you guys, I know this is a bit of a side note, but I think it's a healthy side note, is that even Thompson loses the lane. Guys, it's okay to lose lanes here and there, especially as you're progressing through the ranks. You know, it's to be expected that you're going to come against opponents who are frankly just better laners than you at the point in time. And, you know, you can improve on it, you can work on it, you can play 1v1s. For instance, I just played a game where I played Puck, and I got absolutely rocked by a Shadow Fiend. It was miserable. I mean, we won the game, you know, it's kind of similar to how Thompson wins the game. Puck is just such a good mid to late game hero. But you have to just understand that even the pros lose. Even the pros make mistakes. It's okay to lose your lane, just know what to do afterwards and try to work on it in 1v1s afterwards. So the first thing that he does that I really like is he calls out his 6 spike. As I said, his lane was going a bit tough. Fortunately for him, the lane had just overextended and died. He didn't get the kill, but he did get the assist, so his lane recovered a little bit. Otherwise, he would have been 300 to 400 net worth behind, so the Lena made a bit of a misplay. But this is the first thing you need to do whenever you're having a hard game. You need to play around your 6 spikes. I know it's like, oh, Speed, I get it. My ultimate is what makes me strong. You know what else makes you strong? Getting a Game Leap sub! Yeah. It's currently 50% off right now. If you use the code LOVE50, you get 50% off on the best product that has embraced mankind. So go give it a shot. Click the link down below. I really mean it, guys. When I say this stuff, as much of a meme as it is, I actually do believe in it. I just made 2 really fun videos. One where I talked about teamfight positioning as a carry, how I could have proved in my game, and a full-length analysis on a Timber game I played where I absolutely popped off, and it was a full game analysis in the moment. So go check it out. Click the link down below. But yeah, getting back to the 6 spike. When you have a hero, like most heroes, they get kills at level 6. Nyx, Viper, Lena, not really Monkey King or Enchantress, but Mars, Rubik, Warlock, Puck, it's just your level 6. You need to tell your team to work together, especially in the mid lane when you hit level 6, because killing the mid laner tends to be the biggest kill in Dota. Why? Because they often have the highest XP, right, the highest level, and the highest net worth in the early game. Not always, but they definitely have the highest XP at minimum. And that's exactly what we see here. The only reason why the Rubik is going to come mid is because he tells him to, right? It doesn't happen right away. It's not an instant thing. You guys might be saying, ugh, this only happens in Immortal games. No. Look, he called this Rubik mid like 30 seconds ago. The guy's still not here. You have to have patience and just continue to make the same call. If it's a call you believe in, make it. Don't get angry. Don't be like, why aren't they listening to me? I have a Game Leap sub and they're not listening. Like, it's not like that, but you need to call people mid, and that's what happens here. Fortunately for him, he gets an Endless Rune, so he doesn't get exploded here, but nonetheless, yeah, the Rubik shifts mid. He gets some body blocks, pops the silence onto the Lena, hits the orb, dodges out the stun, kites all the way around, his Rubik feeds, and he eventually picks up the kill onto the Lena. Pretty dang hilarious. Not the cleanest execution, as Rubik took a while, but nonetheless, the 6 spike gets him a kill, and now he is a higher net worth than the Lena by 500 gold, right? Think about this. What you're going to realize as you watch a lot of Pro Dota now is you're going to see this in the games. Whoever hits a 6 spike first, or even who just in general, if people are level 6, they're going to look to smoke to mid or smoke to make plays around that timing, so pay attention to it. Okay, this next play I really think is probably the most important one in the entire game, and you have to learn when to do this and when not to, because this is one of those decisions that can throw the game if you do it in the wrong game, so let me break it down for you. Right here, he TB's bottom. Okay, he's got 2 orange charges, his ulti's up in 7, he can probably kill this Viper, right? Even though Viper's having a good game, he could probably kill the Viper. Now, why doesn't he TP mid? Because most mid players probably wouldn't TP to his side lane 7 minutes in. They just would be like, you know, this Viper's a hard kill. But what does he do? He TP's bottom, he pings out to the Warlock that he's coming, and you see how he always makes it clear that he's ganking? A lot of players don't do this, they're just silent. What do you expect your team to be? A bunch of psychics? Just tell them that you're coming. The reason why this is a good bottom TP is, number 1, he thinks he can kill Viper. That's hard for me to teach in, you know, a 15-minute video, or whatever this video's length is. I don't know what it will be. But it's something that, you know, you kind of just develop over time. He thinks he can kill the Viper, so he TP's top. And what do you know? They kill the Viper. A little bit of an aggressive play from the Warlock, and they pick up a massive kill. Most importantly, even though the Viper does end up getting a kill into the Warlock, most importantly, he gets the XP and he opens up the map for his Terrorblade. Terrorblade doesn't want to lane against Viper. It's just not fun. It's just gonna die. His armor means nothing against Viper, right? And so instead, he farms bottom. Yes, they literally just leave the lane. Now, if your safe laner is winning their lane and they're playing Lifestealer or Jug, and they don't need to go mid to amp their farm, and you can take it, or they don't even bother going, you can take it. Push in mid. Don't lose your mid tower. That'd be bad. Losing your mid tower is far worse, right? I would say losing your mid tower compared to getting a kill bottom, like on an offlaner, is not worth it. It is not worth it. And so avoid that play at all costs. But yeah, he can lane bottom, and you know, even though he messes up here, he mans up way too far. I'm actually surprised he made that play. Definitely an overestimate on his damage. It still makes sense what he's doing. He's just trying to free up the map for his Terrorblade and free up the map for his Rubik. Look, Rubik is level 5 now. I'm at 8, which is huge. This hero has a massive level 6 spike, and it's a pretty dang good Rubik game, as he can steal Viper ulti and any Alina spells, and he'll be chilling. Now, the second most important play of the game, okay? I really mean this one. Honestly, guys, I don't even think I would have made this play, but hey, let's all learn from Topson. He's won 2 TIs after all. He's gonna head top here, okay? So he's about to spend some time heads top, pings this Viper. You see the trend there? Just put that into your play now. If you're gonna go for a kill, just ping him once. You don't have to ping him a million times. You can ping him a million times if your team is like friendly and they know it's a joke, but like, you know, pinging once is good. It's not gonna make anyone angry. It's just a ping. Now, why is this play good, and why would I not have necessarily made it? Well, I might have looked at this and said, okay, I want to create space away from my Terrorblade. I want to open up the map for my Terrorblade. How can I do that? He's my win condition. It's a good TB game, I'd say. How can I do that? Well, I will go bottom. I'll go run into this Monkey King. I'll call for a TP bottom, try to coil him, get the kill. Why isn't that necessarily a good idea? Because Terrorblade is actually pretty strong right now. He's not crazy strong. He doesn't have meta. But most importantly, if they take this tower, it opens up this entire part of the map for the TB. And second most important thing is that the Viper is a very killable hero. It's a hero that cannot dodge ganks. It's just stuck. It mans up. That's like its biggest upside. It mans up. It tries to not die. But you can see this kill top, most importantly, just sets up not only for a good team fight, right? Not only for a solid team fight, as he gets a nice little 2-man coil here, kites out to the side, nearly ends up, I think he nearly ends up dying, just barely lives to a good set of spells with his teammates. But it really opens up the map for the TB. It enables his farm. And that's the big thing here. Sure, it did require his teammates to TP all top, but you don't even need everybody. Maybe even if just 3 heroes getting top there, taking that tower and allowing your safe laner, a hero like TB, to take that tower is super game-changing and game-winning. Now, after you get that tower, things kind of slow down. He spent some time going bottom. He picked up a Monkey King kill. Once again, coil is up. He's making a play. You can kind of see the trend. If he has coil, he's going to look to, make some sort of smoke gank. Just a very logical thing to do. Makes a lot of sense. And he's going to continue to do this over and over again, playing really well around his puck spells. I mean, he's just such a beast puck. I love his aggression. He understands his limits. It's also a great puck game. They have very little disables. They do have that Nyx, but honestly, you can play puck around Nyx. I think that matchup is super overrated. Like, I really don't think Nyx is like the hardest puck counter in the game. Now, at this point in the game, Topson, at 15 minutes, is one of the lowest net worth heroes in the game. He's number 5 to the bottom. He's feeding, essentially. Not really, though, right? His deaths, they have a purpose. Look at the Terrorblade. Now, sure, Terrorblade, I'm sure, is a beast carry player. After all, his rank is 420. You know what that means? He's absolutely off of it. But, once again, another smoke with his timings. I know this won't happen as fast in your low mark games. I get it, I hear you. Just try to facilitate it. Doesn't have to be with 5 heroes or 4. Not even 3. 2 can be good. More the better usually, but 2 can be good. But look, he's trying to make plays. He understands that this is a game where, sure, he can push in lanes to set up kills. He's looking for this Lina kill here. He's going to set up with a coil, tries to get the Mars to come and get this kill. Unfortunately, they don't end up getting it. He has to disengage. The Mars DP took a little bit too long. But overall, he's just going to push in the lanes. And then, if the enemy team dives mid, he'll shift over to there. That's kind of the main gist of puck here. Also, wow, what a scan. He scanned out that Nyx, which completely read him and secured them that kill. The next play we're about to see is probably the least used by most players. Guys, after you win a fight, what should you do? What's the common consensus? What do people do? Okay, be honest with me. What do most people do after they win a fight? What do? They walk up to the closest tower and auto-attack it. Now, that can be good, especially if you have Beastmaster Lycan. Yeah, by all means, especially if you just want to fight, right? After all, they're dead. Why not push a tower? Well, sometimes in Dota, you don't have tower pushers. And sometimes in Dota, you don't need the towers. Or your hero doesn't contribute anything to the tower push. What does Puck do to a tower? Yeah, it does some damage, but if the enemy team is already dead and his team can push it for free, or they can't push it at all, he needs to split the map. Now, I'm rambling a lot here, but let's take a look at this example. He ends up getting gone on mid. They win a fight, nice little coil here, waits for the Carapace to go in, right? Gets a 2-man silence, picks up a double kill, really well done, beautiful fight, picks up a haste, and what does he do? No hesitation, runs bottom. How many players do you think would no hesitation run bottom here? They just got a bunch of kills. Shouldn't he get the haste and go for the next kill and get the mid tower? No, not necessarily, because Lena's just going to queue it out. They have no creep weight. They can't even push. I mean, yeah, they could hit a tier 1, and it's no backdoor, but the TP's top, and the Puck goes bottom. Why? Because they want to push in the lanes. If you push in all 3 lanes, it's often much better than taking a tower. It really is, because especially if the enemy team has good heroes that can defend the tower. They got this End Shovel front line, and then Alina who will nuke it out. And it will be hard for them to push. So instead of wasting their time with no meta trying to push a tower, they'll just go hit their next timings on TB and hit their next timings on Puck. Right? That makes sense, you know? If you don't have your spells and they're going to respawn in 10, 15 seconds, or they have heroes alive that can defend a tower, just don't push. This is so much more valuable. And that's what we see here, but almost no one does this. Like, literally almost no one. And you might be like, oh, I do it. No, you probably don't. You probably don't. Like winning a fight and then splitting, like immediately running bottom or top, or even mid, let's say you took the fight top, is probably the least used strategy, or you know, the least used tactic that people don't understand, maybe in all of Dota. But yeah, for a short period of time, he spends a little bit of time stacking, clearing up some camps, then he goes back to base. Don't be afraid to go back to base if you're your hero with 1200 mana and very little ways of actually regenning that mana. And then after that, he's going to head back to bottom. But does this look like a good fight? Huh? Is that what went through your head? Should have been what went through your head. Is it a good fight or not? Because you shouldn't just show up to a fight because it's a fight. That's stupid. You need to show up to good fights. Or fights that you set up. Nah, it looks like a horrible fight to me. Okay, what should he do? What do you think? It's gonna run mid, right? Might push in that mid lane. Now the enemy team does end up kind of showing mid, so he has to be a little bit careful. But he can shove it out, right? Get a little bit of XP. Build his next item. And now, even after somewhat of a bad start, he's able to pick up a gameleap sub, an ethereal blade, and yeah, it ends up being the difference on this Monkey King here. He gets off his set of spells, gets the Urine off, does get stunned, but it was just enough with the help of the Warlock ulti to pick up a nice set of kills. I think he ends up going down here, yeah. Does end up getting, oh, beautifully done. I love that. That's another thing. Okay, I know this is kind of a tangent, but like, dude, I hate when people are dying and they just stand there and like, oh, I'm dying. I'm gonna panic and not cast anything. Just, if you're dying, just like, use your spells, right? Really well done here. With like 1 HP left, he knows he has to, he can get the orb out, then phase shift, buy time for the silence, gets the silence off. He even could have earned the Nyx, but he's just not good enough. I understand, you know. One day he'll be good enough, but yeah, you guys see what I'm saying? That extra damage secures them the Nyx kill. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We're gonna end it there. I think it was one of those videos where I gave a lot of ideas that are hard to learn and hard to implement, but especially like that one with the whole like winning a fight and pushing in waves. You know, if you can implement something like that into your game, you're gonna notice like major improvements, right? It just takes a while, right? It takes a while. But if your team, remember, if your team can't push or they have heroes to defend, get in the side lanes. It gives vision, it gives gold, gets you to your next timings. Pushing a tower just wastes time most of the time. Like, towers are so overrated in Dota, it's insane. They really, really are. They're so overrated. But yeah, alright. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, I'm out. Peace. But yeah, that's gonna be about all, folks. Remember, click the link down below and subscribe to the gameleap website where we have thousands of videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.